Hi, good morning, Sheldon, and welcome.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here.
All right, that's wonderful. Now, I have seen that you are CEO, president, and founder of Planet USA. Do you want to tell us a bit about how you got started with that and how you were introduced?
Yes, well, it all started my very good friend and business partner who lives in England, Martin Wild. We had done a number of projects together in the past, from cryptocurrency to ticket sales at stadiums. And the offer to fund HomingPIN at that time was brought to him, and he brought it to me knowing I had contacts that could get funding for businesses.
Okay.
So we did that. We signed up the deal, but I also saw where there was more in it. I love the product. I still do, and I thought this was a great product, to have as something else under our portfolio. So I made the hookups for the funding, and I also made a hookup so that I could own the Caribbean side of Homington.
Well, that's genius.
So I ended up with the Caribbean rights for Homington to go with. And Martin parted ways temporarily around that time, and the attempts at funding did not really pan out. So during that time, I sold some homing pins here in the way that they prescribed using the forms and the techniques, and it wasn't really working for me. So I
Hmm.
reflected back on my USB model days where I sold USB models easily using Texas Rangers as the marketing.
Okay.
And I remember on the first day, we had 1,000 USB models and we thought they would go slow. And in like 20 minutes, we had no USB models to sell. It was, sort of embarrassing that this was all we brought. But we totally underestimated the power of having, those brands, logo and stuff on your product.
Right.
So I said, look, we're selling this the wrong way. I think we're going wrong way to go to market. And I brought it back to HomingPIN, the head. I still am listed as a director of sales for HomingPIN. And technically, it was rejected. They wanted to stick to their ways. I said, yes, we should go into the US market. They said they had been doing so with no real success. And I said, let's go my way. They did not come on board. Well, to this day, they're now coming on board or
Right.
now warming up to like what I have been saying. And since they didn't want to come on board, I asked if I could have the retail license because they did not believe in retailing this to the average person. They said, you could go ahead. You could retail it. And we worked out what a license would cost, etc., etc. They made, you know, all of their requirements for having the license, which then led me to now needing to create a new US entity because my US entity, Protogo, of
Right.
course, now was defunct, right? So it had been about 10 years old. So it no longer existed. And of course, they get one with a nice catchy name. And I looked at this as like a rebirth, like the phoenix, you burn into
Right.
the ashes and you come back out brighter and stronger. Because I saw this as a better product because this is a product that people need, that people, would use.
Yes.
And if I could get it branded the same way, then it would sell even better than that.
And then you're still doing this from Trinidad. USB models was also where you were based in Trinidad or at any point in time you were abroad.
USB models based in Trinidad, I had a friend in Miami who would run everything. I'd run everything through it.
Okay. So is it that now as you have acquired the license, so to speak, for home and pen, is it that you're partners?
No, we are separate from Homington. So we needed a name, and there was a slogan for Homington: "Don't lose it, pin it," or "Pin it, don't lose it." And I thought that was like a perfect name.
Yes.
In my opinion, even better than the original name because it is an action word. Action things make people remember action, any sort of
Yeah.
action, associated, especially if it's short. And pin it is something that is already being used. People will say, drop a pin
Yeah.
and I know your location. Pin it on the backboard. So there's so many ways that we could put this out and let people remember it really easily,
Right.
right? Pin your luggage, pin your bag, pin your phone, right? Don't lose it, pin it. It's short.
Yes. I
It's
catchy.
yeah, and really easy. Just do it. Just this. Just this. Just pin it. So we could fit this into any kind of campaign that's going on.
Right.
Valentine Day. Don't lose her pin it.
Pin her,
Pin
don't
her.
lose her.
Yeah, so
Right.
many different ways that we could work this name. So at that time, I had on LinkedIn. I had spoken to James Worthy of LA Lakers. He told me go to David Babish. David immediately liked the idea and we spoke about it. We said, yeah, I told him we need to create an entity. I was also speaking to Duval Zimmerman at that time.
Right.
And we seemed like brothers. We thought the same, our thinking was aligned, etc. And Duval jumped on it and we created the entity Pinit USA within the next 48 to 72 hours.
So you're like founding members.
Yes. All that time I was still out of touch with Martin. But so we founded Pinit USA as the retailer of homing
Right.
pin, not the retail arm, but as a retailer,
Retailer.
totally separate entity where we would push in our way to get homing pin sold on the retail side, where all the logistics, all the research showed us that this was the direction to go in. Investors, everybody was impressed with the product and our route to market that we chose.
So for ease of reference and clarification for the listening audience, you're saying that Homing Pen is the product and Penet USA is the retailer promoting the product. Homing
Yes,
Pen.
yes. There are a number of companies like that. Not the company name does not necessarily state, uh, you know, is not necessarily the same name of the product or service. There's no service, name UPS. UPS,
Is a service.
right? They offer the same service as FedEx, but two different companies, two different names. There's DHL. They still do deliveries.
Right. But interestingly though, even though the product is Homing Pen, um, I see that the company is pinned, but on the pen, like the one that is on your back, for example, I'm not seeing you advertising your own brand, Pennet USA. So the name going out there is mostly Homing Pen. So how do you get people to know about Pennet USA?
Well, we plan to use a number of strategies for you to know about Pinit USA. So we're going to say homing pin powered by Pinit USA.
Okay.
We are going to do a lot of ads where Pinit featuring homing pin, animations, etc. We don't need our name to be in front because we want to sell homing pins.
Right.
So the rush and ego and all of that is not there. Yes, Pinit is a company. People will learn that as time goes on, that Pinit
Right.
is the company, but they're buying homing pins. And they would see how easily the two connect. Homing pins, Pinit USA.
So, yeah.
Yeah, they would see the connection very easily. The slogan on a homing pin is going to be don't lose it,
Pennet.
pin it. And we could put the
I
USA
see.
off at the side. So it is easy to combine. It gives us
Yes.
a whole lot more to think about, gives the marketing more ideas to work with, etc. So we love it like that.
Yes, and I think the product is very simple and it is actually something that the market really requires because last year I remember Southwest Airlines they lost a whole lot of luggage as people were up in arms and that kind of stuff. So it would have been amazing if this product was in the market at that point in time.
Yes, we did not get on the market in time for, a bunch of stuff, but there's something to be said about the power of an idea. When an idea's time has come, it can't really be stopped. And I believe now is the time, that we can do this. Airlines, everybody, taxis, schools, buses, trains, railway, cruises, everybody has this. Every hotel has a lost and found department that's always filled up with baggage, you know, shoes, phones, taxis. Everybody has this. This is a worldwide issue. Nobody is really immune from it,
Right.
but people tend not to look at it in that type of manner because there's no ready solution. And our solution is in over 2,800 airports. It can just be done on your phone online. You know, uh, it is leaves the owner anonymous until the owner contacts the finder. It it is a really simple solution. I know people are tired of the phones tracking them. It doesn't track you until it's lost. You don't need to track it.
Right.
And when it's lost, if someone finds it, you will be contacted via email or text message, and then you make arrangements to get your item back.
Right. And that's genius because I believe, and what it is you were saying for how you plan to brand and market the product, it's going to be an aggressive campaign to get the information out there because right now, as a lot of people may not know about HomingPIN, for example, in Trinidad, somebody seeing Bloomberg HomingPIN on your bag, they may just think it's some kind of style because everything here with us is a style, right? So that aggressive education campaign should bring more awareness, public awareness to the brand.
Yes, we want to do ads at the airport on the turnstiles where your luggage is. We want to do
Right.
branding with top teams. We want to hold events. And doing all of these, learner videos, animation videos telling you what the product is, on the radio, etc. When it reaches enough people, and it is repeated, people will not even realize they've learned what the product is and what it could do for you. I mean, many mothers each term lost bags, lost lunch
Lunch
kits,
kits.
lost
Yes.
books, everything, and
Pencil cases with all the stuff.
yes, no way to get it back. No way how you're gonna walk the part the child walk, etc. No. And if you ask people, they find stuff all the time. But then when I find something,
You don't know where to
how do I
return it.
return it? The police station lost and found is full, the hotel lost and the school lost and found is full. Where do I add it to these places?
Right. So the person who the finder has the opportunity to log in and it somehow generates and sends some type of alert to the owner.
Yes. So the system will alert the owner. It has been found. This is the person that has found it, the number, the address, and now you know, work it out to get it back. I mean, that way you probably make a new friend.
And
You
I
know,
think the product is really simple. And before you came, I was able to do some research into lost luggage. And it says that at least 20 million luggages are lost every year
yeah, or
through,
mishandled
yeah, through
at airports,
airlines.
and it's
I think that's
simple.
like in the US.
Yeah, and it's really simple. It's that you get off here, the airports are that large, and your bag goes to the wrong place, and the paper tag that you put on your bag is,
Ripped off
ripped
or
off or
torn or
torn
something.
or smudged or whatever it is, and then the luggage handlers, they can only go through so many bags a day painstakingly to try to get onto you. So maybe it's 6 days and your whole vacation is now ruined because your luggage is that delayed.
Right. Sheldon, also, can you tell us, like, can you give us a price point as to how much these homing pens will be going for?
Yes, 15 US for a single pack, which gives you a homing pin and 4 tags, or 12 tags and 3 homing pins for 30 US. And those are like unbranded. We're working to close off a deal with like say Arsenal. And an
Ooh,
Arsenal homing pin would cost you maybe 20 US, and the 3 pack would then cost you 35 US.
okay.
So those the branded ones, because you're a fan of maybe it's Iron Man, maybe it's the Toronto Raptors. Those
Miami
branded
Heat.
ones, would cost you more.
Right. Okay, that sounds great. Um, so is there anything you'd want to say? Because I know our time is looking to run out. Is there anything you'd want to leave with the public today? Because you shared a lot. Anything?
I would just like the public to know that we are closing our funding and financing, and look out pretty soon for a launch. And on this launch, you would get to hear more, see more. There would be announcements for the giveaways, all of the people associated, and really, really important and dear to my heart is you're also going to have the launch of Title 9, the charitable arm that is going to deal with women empowerment and reaching the young women of the Caribbean, starting in Trinidad and Tobago, and helping them get ahead and bring more opportunities towards them.
I was about to ask you about that because I remember when I was researching a company, that part came up, a Title 9. So it was really good that you mentioned that, and I think it's very admirable that you're not just looking to launch and make a buck to succeed a company and to recover whatever you might have put out, repay loans and stuff like that, but also to help others prevail in their endeavors, young people and women especially. Because, of course, the many challenges that women face, unfortunately, still in the 21st century. So I think that's really, really admirable. And we just want to really thank you for coming here today.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I look forward to coming back some other time.
Definitely. All right. So thank you so very much. And thanks for your time again. We'll talk again soon.